Hi, fam. Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm Joe.
I'm Dan.
And we want to wish you guys a happy new year. Welcome back. It's movie time once again here on Cocktail Flicks with Playing Dan.
We're watching All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yes. Well, let's go see how this is. I've heard nothing but really good things, and hopefully we can catch some good history stuff for you there, guys.
We shall see.
Yes. Cheers to you, fam. Enjoy. Yep.
Yeah, there's been some action here.
No man's land. I hate their reality already.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Good God, such a waste of life.
Nobody's gonna make it. Oh, right in front of him, too.
Know what that trench warfare is like, though? You just can't make any progress.
I know. You gonna attack with a shovel? Well, it's hand-to-hand combat.
Well, the other... Oh! Are we getting this all from the German perspective here?
Yeah.
That's interesting. You really don't ever see that very much.
No, not much in modern film. But yeah, it's a perfectly good jacket. Don't leave it there.
Just nothing sacred. Hit him with lie and bury him.
I was surprised they're taking the trouble to put them in boxes.
You would think the boxes would be perfectly good wood.
Exactly. Need that for your trenches. Wash and recycle all this clothing.
You already know.
It's gonna be psychologically scarring just seeing all this bloody clothes come to you, knowing that the men who wore them died.
Yeah, and they're about to go on somebody else.
Yeah. Like it could be these women's husbands' sons.
And they gotta have, like, their names on these things. Imagine running into a name you recognize.
Oh, man. Yep, there's Heinrich.
A name you'll never know again.
Wir haben das Glück, in einer großen Zeit zu leben.
Mm-mm.
These are not great times.
No.
Ich bin mir sicher, dass ich die meisten von Ihnen hier in der Heimat bald wiedersehen werde.
I doubt that very much.
Not at all.
Auf in den Kampf! Für Kaiser, Gott und Vaterland! Ja!
Those that survive will be singing a different story to their children.
Oh, yes,
and
they
their
will.
grandchildren. It's incredible to hear these guys talk about it's about all of us as a whole, knowing full well that they're out of harm's way.
Mm-hmm.
Entschuldigung, die gehört schon wem?
Aber ihr wohl zu klein für den Kerl, ne?
Yeah.
Kommt immer
What
wieder
you
vor.
tell him? She's been pulling them off all day.
These guys are so naive to that whole thing.
It's amazing what the lack of communication does for war.
To think these clothes were covered in mud and blood, and now they're just going right back into the fray.
About to be covered again.
I don't think they have anything new at this point.
They probably don't. Not this late into the war.
No.
Northern France, 25 kilometers to the front.
Good Lord. They're not wasting any time.
War's still going. No time to waste. Oh! They're already under attack.
Franzosen besser zielen könnten, würde man uns jetzt mit einem Löffel zusammenkratzen.
Did y'all even go to boot camp?
Don't look like it.
Because I remember that being a part of the original movie, is doing boot camp.
Sie warten denn nochmal? Nein, Herr Leutnant. Ich habe nur versucht, mir meine Maske aufzuziehen. Die paar Bäume werden bei Tagesanbruch fast sicher tot sein.
Gee, thanks.
Alle mit anpacken, den Graben leer schöpfen.
That's gonna suck. You're gonna waste all this energy getting water out of the trenches, then you have to fight a battle.
It seems like there's no point to it. You bail it out, it's just going to fall right back in.
Right?
See, look, he made no progress.
Ich kann meine Hände nicht mehr spüren. Steckst in der Unterhose. So mach ich das auch immer.
A little veteran advice.
Well, not here in front of everybody.
You didn't say whip it out. You said stick your hands in your pants.
Okay, nobody else seems to care. All right.
Yeah.
Stay down, idiot.
Was? Jetzt hab ich's auch gehört. Montrez-vous!
Oh, it's just the rats. Oh!
How lucky you were to wear that helmet.
Yeah, that helmet saved your ass.
Was dies?
Die da drüben haben auf mich geschossen.
What'd you expect?
Gave your position away. Of course that's going to happen.
Wir haben euer Mündungsfeuer gesehen. Im zukünftigen Kopf ein. Schießen, verlagern. Schießen, verlagern. Verstanden?
Listen and learn, kids.
You almost didn't have that opportunity. Said the French ain't gonna roll over unless you just kill them. Just the little silhouettes of death in the darkness.
Yeah, that's what you're all fighting for.
Ich kann es nicht. Ich will heim.
You guys haven't seen anything yet.
No.
Oh!
it's coming down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Jesus. Not even safe underground.
All the leaders back home spent so much time glorifying the war for him. They didn't actually prepare him for what to expect.
Mm-hmm. We survived another lucky one.
Looks like his buddy didn't. Yeah, their trenches got shelled to hell.
Yeah, all the siding supporting the walls is gone.
Yeah. Surprised it didn't happen sooner with the monsoons they're dealing with. Probably just got weakened by it and was an easy target at that point.
Yeah. He made it till dawn, though.
Yeah. Enjoy that, man. Not much of it.
Taking dog tags yet. It's amazing how just a few hours ago they were worried about all this shelling. Now he's going around just touching dead bodies like it's nothing.
They grew up fast, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
His friend's glasses.
I guess he didn't make it. I can't tell who's who anymore.
Everybody's so covered in mud, you really can't.
Yeah.
I think that's him.
Yeah.
Take a way to remember your friend.
I'm sorry, man.
Welcome to the war.
Albrecht Karl, 10. September 1898.
Another gun for the dags.
Blumenthal Samuel, 6. November.
Jeez, he's just a baby.
Mm-hmm. They're all teenagers. 1918, so a year has passed? So we're at the end of the war. That was fast.
Erzberger.
Hey guys, time to surrender.
I'm about to say, what choice you got?
You can't afford to keep losing 40,000 men.
No.
So you're not 40,000 teenagers. That's your future.
Good Lord, he looks so hardened already. Got a 1,000-yard stare and everything.
Year and a half of war will do that to you.
Hammer.
Chickens.
Oh, they're hungry. Got anything you can trade? Don't.
Like nothing they can afford to give up.
No risk, no reward, I guess.
Yep.
Uh-oh. They get the hell out.
Yeah, you better.
Cut!
He just killed a goose. Oh my. Well, that's their food too, so I don't blame them.
Yeah. Well, that goose should feed them for a little bit.
For a meal. At the rate they're hungry.
Yeah.
Eat up, boys.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
Actually, it does, doesn't it? Goose is good, I hear. Probably the best thing they've eaten for a while.
I have no doubt.
Don't let nobody you're in there, though. know you're in there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Entschuldigung. Mein Vater war nicht Ritter vom Lazarett. Mein Vater war mit Tripper im Lazarett.
Okay.
Lovely. A lot of that going around in the trenches, I bet.
Probably.
Hey, salut! Venez ici!
Trying to get some girls.
Good luck with that.
I don't think they want any German guys.
No.
This guy's hand is all messed up.
Hey, Franz, wo willst du denn jetzt hin?
Was he deserting?
If you saw a couple of beautiful women running away, wouldn't you want to go too?
I mean, if you get away with it, yes.
Wo will denn er jetzt hin?
Well, good luck. They will catch you.
Of course, if they don't, it's probably better off for him.
Well, then there you go. Make it past this thing and you'll survive. Now, you can see malnourishment on him. Little disease, the way his eyes kind of red over there.
Yeah,
Probably pink eye.
maybe. I say, well, that's a nice change of pace from that battlefield they were on.
Sure. I mean, don't get used to it. You're going back to the front eventually. Join me. Drop a deuce.
Don't think that's what he's doing.
No?
Oh, my mistake.
I know what a latrine looks like.
Maybe he just likes to have his pants off when he reads. I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
Es ist nach einem Paket mit Fossalien. 4-mal Wurst und Schmalz unterwegs. Teilst hier ein, weil so schnell will ich nichts wieder schicken, nicht?
Please send food.
She probably don't have much to spare, though.
Yeah,
Am Sonntag gehe ich zum Grab von unserem Kleinen.
they lost a boy.
Well, that sucks.
Ja, wenn wir nach Hause kommen, zurück müssen ins Leben. Ich frage mich halt, ob ich denn nicht nur mit dir und dem Tjaden und Krupp.
Well, the world's not going to be the same when you get back.
No, you won't be the same either
Uh-uh.
if you make it back.
Müssen morgen um 6 raus. Ein paar Kinder suchen.
Oh, you came back. Okay.
Surprised me. I thought he was gone for good.
Yeah. Girls give you that?
Smells like perfume.
Ich will auch mal.
Everybody wants to smell.
Smells better than shit and mustard gas. Oh, it's just him.
Was he just surveying the battlefield?
I don't know. Sheesh. Look at this guy. You look like you've never seen a day of battle.
It's like a human bear.
Minenwerfer. Gouverneur hat's aus dem Anzug gestoßen.
Oh,
Good lord.
they had some powerful ordnance back then, didn't they?
Look at the size of those shells.
They had powerful weapons way back then.
That thing would cleave you in half without exploding.
Yeah,
Yeah, so if this place came under attack, where's all the Frenchmen that attacked it?
I don't know. If they're not there now, you know they're coming back. Can you focus in already?
I keep waiting for somebody to walk out and shoot him.
Me too. Maybe an old hospital?
Could just be a military facility in general and they have all the services there.
Yeah.
All these guys dead?
Think they got gassed?
Judging by the concentration, yeah.
Scheiße. Verdammte Kinder. Und die Masken zu früher.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of dumb kids.
He's not wrong. At that, if they keep dying that fast, this guy's been doing nothing but riding in cars and trains.
He's living it up. Everyone else is out there dying.
Yeah.
Die Franzosen erhöhen den Druck, Herr General. Unsere Aufklärer haben in den frühen Morgenstunden Befehle abgefangen, die ganze Division nach Latier beordern. Eine Panzerflotte hängt angeblich noch bei Fernam Kurfeld.
Ich habe soeben die deutsche Delegation zur Verhandlung eines Waffenstillstands in den Zug nach Compiègne gesetzt.
So that's what's going on. They're on the way for a ceasefire talk. This late in the war, it's getting close to that time, so.
Mein Befehl lautet Krieg. Und solange sich das nicht ändert, kämpfe ich hier um jeden Meter.
Wir müssen jetzt zuschlagen. Mit all unserer Macht.
He's gonna throw lives away
If people are heading into peace talks, why do this?
in case the talks fail. You don't want to give the Allied forces time.
I don't know. I keep thinking like the idea that you're sending people to negotiate peace talks and attacking at the same time.
Seems a bit counterintuitive.
Yes.
Yeah. Here you are, right back to the trenches.
Well, look at you eating it up. Everybody else over there starving. That pisses me off.
Rich people always suck no matter what time period.
Yeah, especially in this time period. It's like, so there are resources, you just have them all.
You
Komm gleich wieder.
still got that poster with you?
I'm not feeling good about any of their chances right now.
No, I mean, that's like a kiss of death.
Im Namen der Menschlichkeit bitte ich Sie für die Dauer der Verhandlungen, unseren Völkern unnötige Opfer zu ersparen.
Yes, please.
It's reasonable to ask.
Wir sehen Ihren Vorschlägen zur Herbeiführung eines endgültigen Waffenstillstands zu Wasser.
Dites à ces messieurs que je n'ai pas de proposition à leur faire.
Ich habe Ihnen keine Vorschläge zu machen.
Oh, for God's sakes, really?
Vous demandez l'armistice, alors dites-le.
Ich will, dass Sie ihn förmlich darum bitten.
He wants you to surrender, basically, yeah.
Ich bitte Sie um den Waffenstillstand.
Vous avez 72 heures pour accepter nos conditions.
Geben Ihnen 72 Stunden, unsere Bedingungen zu akzeptieren. Sie sind nicht zu...
But you said there was no conditions.
Da draußen sterben Menschen.
Alors signez.
It's a tough position to be in.
If I say, you need to read their conditions first.
That's the thing. They're going to try to screw you over as much as they can. Unless you get away the lives of the people who are going to die in 72 hours
Yeah.
versus what your country's going to have to give up in exchange for it.
Exactly. We already know how that turned out for him. Not good.
No, it was terrible.
Soldaten, Marsch. Marsch, Soldaten.
With all the men they're about to lose, they're going to be even in worse shape.
It's a wonder how they were ever prepared for this again. You got cover of fog, I guess. Right now.
Yeah, they
anymore.
see you.
Jesus.
Yeah, you took nobody by surprise.
There is no surprises here. Coming straight at him.
At least fire back or something.
Good God, they're just walking into the foray.
Jesus, all those machine guns, they're just falling.
It turned red. Did you see that?
They hit something.
Good God.
Oh,
They're in the trench now.
yep.
Oh.
Hand to hand.
Oh my God. Oh, you know he felt that. Jesus.
That's brutal. Kill a man with a shovel.
What a horrible war this is.
Jesus, right in the head.
Found the food.
Oh, that's what they want.
I think they just took the trench.
All right, that could have gone a lot worse, but you still lost a lot of guys.
Yeah, you did. Jesus, pack it all up.
Yeah, get what you can.
Got meat, bread. I saw honey on the table.
See everything you need right there.
Oh no. Tanks.
Yeah, y'all in trouble now.
The rats are
Good
out
God,
here.
where'd all the rats come from?
Maybe you shouldn't eat that food now that I think about it.
Now's the time for some artillery.
Where has the German artillery been? We haven't seen any.
I haven't seen any, yeah.
Did they have any at this point?
Probably not much, but yes, they should have some.
This is a fool's hope if you're going to think you're going to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're about to blow that trench to hell.
They're just taking their time.
Jesus. They gained the trench and they didn't hold it for but 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. What are you doing? Run.
Oh no.
Don't stand there and let it fall on you. Move.
Oh my God. Jesus. They're just getting in there and clearing them out.
It's a massacre.
It's too late. They got separated.
Mm-hmm. Got split up in the crowd.
Jeez, they're getting mowed down.
I say, you guys are evacuating towards the tanks.
Yes.
What good is that going to do you?
Well, that's one. Jeez. I'm not trying to take sides, fam. I'm sorry.
We're just calling the battle as we see it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, no, they got flamethrowers now.
They did have
the infantry. Yeah.
They had a whole bunch left. Oh my
Good
God.
God.
What a horrible way to go.
There's no dignity in this at all.
No. You guys look way underprepared for these fights.
And they probably are.
Under-equipped, all that. No, don't stay there. Go. You will die if you stay there. That's the only option.
Oh! That could have been a lot worse, actually.
I don't know how it wasn't. Dude, you need to go.
They're gonna burn you alive in a minute.
Yes. Oh no.
Don't run right at them.
They got him.
Oh no.
They wanted to do that.
Right in front of Paul too. Yeah, he's
You could have just shot him. Jesus. Oh, you are not drinking that. Oh.
Ugh.
All that machine gun oil in that water?
Ugh.
You can't even hold your own trench. Carry everything you can and get out of there.
Yep, and make it fast, because they're coming.
Jesus, look at that. That's hell on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we survived.
Selbst wenn wir doch noch endgültig verlieren, stehen wir auch nicht schlechter da als bei dieser Unterwerfung.
Lothringen, Besetzung des Rheins, Kanonen, Lokomotiven.
Das ist die totale Kapitulation.
250.000 Amerikaner landen jeden.
Mhm.
You don't have a place to negotiate from.
Wir werden nun die Suppe auslöffeln, die Sie und Ihre
Who
Feldherren
are their
uns
allies at this point? Do they have
Aber
anybody they
jetzt
can
lieber
trust?
abreisen würden, bitte.
I mean, the sides kept changing,
I think Austria-Hungary are the only ones left.
and they're all surrounded.
Yeah.
Die Männer werden auf dem Heimweg verhungern, anstatt in aller Ehre auf dem Schlachtfeld zu sterben.
What honor?
There's no honor.
Mein Sohn ist im Krieg gefallen, empfindet keine Ehre. Erlangen wir Gnade, wo wir können, aber um Gottes Willen.
Yeah.
Schließen
They're
wir
not going to
Frieden.
negotiate, so figure out what you want to do.
I say they're winning this war. Either you're going to give them what they want, or they're going to take what they want.
Good God. They're being chased all the way out.
Yeah. Here come the planes.
Yeah, man.
Jesus. They can't get away. Especially a full-on retreat.
It has to be. God, he's going to get stuck there.
That might ain't helping.
Oh.
You got so lucky.
Oh,
They didn't
no.
even kill him.
Oh, that's horrible luck. Oh.
They gotta kill this guy face to face.
Jesus. How has he not died?
Having flashbacks to Saving Private Ryan.
He's still alive, man.
Yeah.
You didn't kill him.
Jesus. He's gonna die this slowly next to you? God.
What are you doing? Just horrible torture.
Oh yeah, they're still out there.
You're not going anywhere.
This is one messed up situation.
Jesus.
For God's sake, show the guy some mercy.
He's human, just like you, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. At this point, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's too late. The only thing you could have done was ended his suffering sooner.
That was torture, even for me.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine being in that situation. Just have a guy slowly dying next to you, and you have to listen to it.
These are two guys just living their lives. They
guy
had
with a
their own-
family too.
They had their own families. They had their own lives, and they were sent into situations to kill each other. If he makes it out of this, he's gonna be dead inside for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised he's not more like that already after a year and a half.
Oh,
bloody puddle.
yeah. Jesus.
Of course, the diplomats are just chowing down.
It's this freaking guy, too. Your guys just got slaughtered. Surprised his men don't go up there right now and just end him.
He just wasted all that wine, too.
Unbelievable. Look at their spread here.
You guys are eating like kings.
No wonder your guys are starving. You're eating it all.
Was macht Ihr Vater?
Meine Familie hat in Holstein eine Manufaktur.
I'll bet they do. He just keeps doing that.
Yeah.
Ich bin Soldat. Mein Vater war schon Offizier in diesem Regiment. Er hat in den 3 Kriegen unter Bismarck gekämpft. Er hat alle 3 gewonnen.
I see you're gonna break that chain.
Ich bin zu spät geboren, Brixdorf. Ein halbes Jahrhundert ohne Krieg. Was ist ein Soldat ohne Krieg?
Sounds like Patton now.
Als Kind vielleicht.
Guy's a disrespectful piece of work.
All he knows is the military, and that's all he's worried about. Kaiser is advocating. Yep.
Von Heldorf.
In his knee.
Was gibt's?
Yeah.
Drängt zur Unterschrift.
Good. You have no options. Oh.
Kill this for him?
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
God's sakes, put the guy under. Is that Franz?
I think so.
Oh no, show the guy.
Was gekriegt? Überm Knie. Ich spüre nichts mehr.
They're gonna have to take it.
Yeah.
Wie soll ich denn so Landjäger werden? Scheiße.
You can still live for your family.
At this point, you're doing better than a lot. Oh, that was Franz's.
Damn, man. All of his friends.
Du musst jetzt tapfer sein. Du lebst für uns. Für die, die es nicht geschafft
A
haben.
long way from the enthusiastic youth they were a little while ago.
Is that Cat?
Yep.
Yep.
We still got somebody.
Alles erwischt. Ist die doppelte Portion von uns.
Infirmary guys get double helpings? Good lord.
They can try.
Get what you can, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just potatoes and meat. Okay.
I'll still take that.
Oh, yeah.
Not looking too hot.
He got worse in that little bit of time away.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, other people are hungry too. Oh my god.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
You didn't have to do that.
Jeez. You would have still had a life, man. Ugh. Guess he doesn't need it.
I guess not.
Meine Mutter wollte, dass ich Französisch lerne. Und Klavier. Dass ich in den Krieg ziehe, wollte sie nicht. Das ist nichts für dich, hat sie immer gesagt.
Well, you did, but you should listen to your mother.
I think a lot of people should have listened to their mothers.
I still want to know what stopped the French advance.
Yeah, they could have driven them all the way back, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right out of their position.
I saw like no defenses set up back here.
Maybe all they wanted was to take their French back. That might have been orders from this guy.
Der Kaiser hat abgedankt. Soldaten verweigern die Befehle. Deserteure ziehen durchs Land.
Mhm.
Die Bevölkerung droht ohne eigenes Verschulden in Hungersnot und Anarchie zu stürzen.
C'est une maladie de vaincu que vous avez là, ce n'est pas une maladie de vainqueur.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on.
Einzige Recht zu ihrem Gegner, sonst wird diesen Frieden.
That's a good point. Dude, seriously, you got your pound of flesh.
Signé.
Into this war, if you have to have another one, you have to have another one, but at least get these people home.
Well, we already know the answer. We already
Well,
know
when
what's
we
gonna
do
happen.
it, they don't.
That's the truth of it, isn't? They had no idea what was coming next.
Der Waffenstillstand tritt in 6 Stunden in Kraft. In der 11. Stunde...
6 hours?
Why is it not immediate?
I guess time to communicate. I mean, you got people spread out across hundreds of miles. You got to get the word out. Make sure nobody breaches the armistice.
Oh, well, then you should have had guys over there tapping the little things away, sending out the Morse.
Die Franzosen furzen in Latier in unsere Stellung und draußen steht ein Zug mit Pferdefickern, die unsere Heimat verkaufen.
Well,
Ziehen Sie die Rekruten ab aus allen Stellungen. Lassen Sie im Hof antreten. Ziehen den Karren jetzt aus der Scheiße!
what do you mean?
Just wait, dude.
I know you're not talking about one last attack.
You know he is.
Just meant to send people to their deaths at the end?
Yeah, Veterans Day. Where'd these guys go?
They're going back to that damn farm. I heard the goose.
They're gonna rob the same guy again.
Look at that.
Oh, it is the same farm.
Dude, they're not going to be fooled again.
You guys are pushing your luck.
Paul, have you done this part before?
Surely he has. Take some eggs. There you go.
That should be enough. Don't take the actual animals. Uh-oh.
Regarde. C'est très bon.
Oh, no. Oh, you're
Oh,
trapped.
you're trapped.
How did you get out? Oh my god, he's got you.
Oh, you got lucky.
Damn. Yeah, and that kid's not letting it go.
Mm-mm.
You see that hate in his eyes.
He'll always hate Germans.
You know he will.
Lass mal gleich jetzt. Geht auch so.
I mean, it's direct protein.
Yeah.
Besser geht's nicht.
I mean,
I'm
yes,
pretty sure it
does.
does.
Oh, yeah. Compared to what they've had, I guess it's fresh, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right.
Oh, damn.
Boy wouldn't let it go.
Jesus.
Yeah, he had it you point blank.
Well, I don't want the kid to get hurt either. He's just defending his farm.
The boy was in his rights.
Yeah.
Wer hat geschossen?
Der kleine Scheiße vom Hof.
You got him.
Yep.
His liver.
Ooh.
Scheiße. Was soll das Kriegen jetzt noch passieren?
I know, man. You're so close.
Oh, man, you can't die now. It's a long walk back to camp.
He's barely conscious.
Yeah.
Sanitäter! Sanitäter!
Where are the medics? Oh, there you go.
Das hätte sie sparen können.
Oh, no.
Er ist doch tot.
Oh, he died on the way.
Schwarzes Blut.
Yep.
Direkt in die Leber. Einfach Pech gehabt. So kurz vor Schluss.
Just hours.
What a senseless death. Now he has nobody left.
That's just too bad.
His beetle friend die also?
I guess so. What are these fresh guys?
What are they doing here?
Good Lord, he is green.
Yeah, very green. Are they actually going home?
Not if there's green guys there.
Für Sie geht es bald heim. Nach Jahren der Opfer und Leiden. Sehen Sie nun.
Some reward.
Wollt ihr als Soldaten und Helden empfangen werden? Oder als Feiglinge, die den Schwanz einzogen, als es wirklich drauf ankam?
I'll go home, thanks.
Yes.
Wir werden jetzt zuschlagen mit all unserer Härte und Gewalt. Latier gehört in deutsche Hand.
Why are you doing this?
Und beenden diesen Krieg mit einem Sieg.
Unbelievable, this guy.
It's like the ambassador was saying, it's all about that false honor.
What is this? These guys don't want to fight, so what, you're going to just shoot them?
Basically desertion. Oh, they are going to shoot him.
This has to be a war crime.
It's got to be.
Armistice is signed and you're sending your guys to attack. Isn't that a good way to...
In the armistice?
Yes.
At this point, you're going to plunge the country into more war. France will come in and wipe you off the face of the earth.
I guess the armistice isn't signed yet, huh? Or it's not...
No, it's
active
signed,
yet.
just not in effect.
Yeah. He waited to the bitter end.
Guy's just a moron.
Yeah.
Ich will.
Noch 15 Minuten.
15 minutes.
And they're gonna try to make an attack.
Fin du cauchemar.
Not quite. Can you hear them coming?
Yeah, you can.
Attaquez-les! Attaquez-les!
Jesus. This is not necessary at all.
No. All these guys dying for nothing.
They could have gone home.
All these guys could have gone home.
Is that the new guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul's determined to play hero out here.
Oh. Oh, God.
Is that who's gonna go?
Can't be. Taking your time. Oh. That was really uncomfortable to watch. Stop fighting. Just stop.
Yeah. What are you fighting for? Like 3 minutes, it's not gonna matter.
Seriously.
Oh. Yeah, you came to your senses too late, man. Wow.
You can't be serious.
It's all in 15 seconds.
The irony.
Yeah. Yeah, none of it matters. It's amazing how nobody just cares anymore. It's going about their business.
I don't get that at all. Look.
Oh, this is the same trench that they were in before.
That was they were in the German trench.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You should be hanged for what you did.
Just senselessly ending a generation of people. Well, I'm glad you survived. I don't know you, but...
So German guys walking past, French
Said,
guys like it's
yeah.
nothing. Yeah, it's another day at the office.
Sind Sie in Ordnung, Soldat? Einsammeln bitte.
Just like Paul did when he started.
Yep, back to the beginning. Just a vicious cycle.
He's young enough, he'll be fighting in about 20 years too.
He might be. This guy's trying to take all the food he can.
Didn't make it far. There he is.
Yes, the guy that saved you.
What must be going through your mind right now?
Kid is lucky.
Looks like he sat down and went peacefully.
Yeah, just let it happen. It really does look peaceful.
I'm just leaving now. Yep.
Uh-huh.
What a damn shame.
Yeah, it is. War's a terrible thing.
That one especially.
Yeah.
Well, there's a way to start your year off.
Sobering reminder of the horrors of war.
Oh, yeah. But that was all quite on the Western Front, and it was completely from the German perspective there.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of the tale?
So overall, it was pretty good. It really did I think a pretty good job of kind of showing what the soldiers were dealing with out there. The lack of food was obviously going to be an issue throughout the war. And we saw, not so much in the 1917 period, but when they skipped ahead to 1918, you could see where they were scrounging for whatever food they could get, even resorting to thievery. That's something they would have had to deal with at the time, because I had mentioned this in the 1917 video, but you know, the estimates at the time were that you could fund a war for 1 year, and then after that, you were scrounging for whatever you could to keep it going.
Sure.
This was 4 years. So,
Yeah.
so what we see there in 1918, they're trying to get whatever they can. And I'm sitting there thinking about, Kat's letter from his wife, talking about how she can send him some food, but she's asking him not to ask for any more. But she probably doesn't have any to give, because even the people on the home front, they're having to deal with this issue too, where so much stuff is being used for the army that they can't get what they need.
And that had to suck. Telling your loved ones, I can't send you anything. And just knowing that you're over there fighting, you're spending whatever energy you have, and you're not getting any sustenance. But at the same time, you're watching these officers and these rich peoples and these diplomats stuff their faces with the finest things that they have. And it's like the nerve.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The freaking nerve, especially the officer who is in command of the Western Front here. It's like, how dare you?
Yeah,
and you're sitting there throwing out wine.
Your men out there have no food for themselves. They're arguing just to get any scrap they can. Meanwhile, you're sitting there having like giant meals, wasting food, sending people needlessly to their deaths on top of all that is like...
Then that's that class structure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You know, the whole thing about World War One is it was a modern war that was kind of built around old school concepts. Trench warfare wasn't really a thing until this war, because up to that point, everyone was like, you know, you just run out to a field and you shoot each other and you go about your business. Because of the artillery and, you know, the gas and the tanks and all the other stuff that developed throughout this war, you took a lot of the honor out of the fight and put it to where people just pretty much had to suffer through it.
Yeah, because it's like you're just sitting there throwing, one side advances, the other side advances, and everybody's just needlessly dying and nobody's gaining anything because of like what you just said there.
Exactly, because the artillery was so effective, and the machine guns too, that you could not gain any meaningful ground and then expect to hold it.
Yeah, at that point it just becomes who can last longest.
It's a war of attrition is what
yeah.
it is, yeah. These guys like this, they're not helping things. They're not out there in the trenches understanding the situation and trying to help their troops. They're sitting in an office behind the lines, you know, looking at a map and saying, okay, this is what we need to do, and expecting people to just carry it out, and it's not that easy.
Blows my mind.
It does.
Yeah.
You know, that's crappy politicians right there. And you're talking about the whole honor aspect of it, you know. They're sitting there telling these kids, like, you know, go out here and die for your, or not necessarily die, but go out and fight for your fatherland. Things will be okay. You guys will come back as heroes. You'll have nothing to worry about. And then, of course, you get out there and you see the reality of it, and it's nothing like that.
No.
You know, and back in the Middle Ages, you know, you would send like your second and third sons to go out there and fight because they may not have had any land to gain as inheritance. So this was their way of gaining honor and wealth and things like that from looting and just, you know, fighting for their kings. These guys had nothing to gain from that. Literally, they're going to go out there, they're going to fight, they're going to get paid while they're in the battlefield, but then that's it.
Yeah.
They gained nothing from this other than the fact that they, I guess, defended their country, if you want to make that argument.
We were talking about it earlier. It's like, at the beginning, you saw the fighting, and then you saw the dead being stripped of all their clothing and all their boots and everything. It all gets washed, re-sewn, patched up, and then just put on the backs of another group of kids, and they're all excited as hell to go off and do this. And comparing it to, I guess, things the way they are today, you wouldn't see that at all with kids today, especially in the age of information.
Oh yeah.
All right, there's no freaking way. Like back then, the information they got was whatever these old dudes were feeding them.
And that's kind of the thing with Vietnam is, you know, the whole outcome of Vietnam was really decided by people being able to film the war. If you look at the statistics, America was doing actually just okay in that war. They were easily getting far more kills than they were taking casualties. But the whole perception of it was so bad that people were kind of forced to end it ahead of time. At this point in history, yes, you have cameras, but you don't have the widespread information like you do nowadays. So all that horror is going on, and there's just really no record of it, or at least not a very good one that's widely available for people to see.
I'm about to say they weren't ever going to see any of it in their lifetime, probably.
No.
Back home, they might get a newspaper talking about news coming from the fronts, but that's all they get.
Yeah.
And it's whatever news that's being allowed to be printed too.
And especially too, like the moral codes that they had back then, like that kind of stuff wouldn't have flown back in the 19-teens.
No.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's the hardest part for me to just sit there and watch these guys fade away. So it's like, you know, man, I'm glad they took a time jump because I didn't want to watch them go through a year of agony. But we practically saw it anyway. It was a year of agony stuffed into a few days.
Yeah, I mean, they went through some stuff there in those last few days. And honestly, like I said in the video, I was kind of surprised they weren't a little more hardened from what they had gone through for the last year and a half.
They still had some innocence about them.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd, but, you know, if you're a competent fighter, you find a way to push through it, but in the end, it kind of felt like Paul kind of lost that, I guess, after losing everybody.
Yeah, he was probably the only one that probably went through that entire phase, I think.
And that's the thing, I kind of had mixed feelings about Paul at the end, too, because up till that last assault, I'm very sympathetic to Paul. I came here expecting to be a hero, but you're not, and now all your friends are dead. You really don't have much to look forward to in your life except going home, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he goes through with that assault, and he's really just doing everything he can to try to kill the Frenchman in the trench. It's hard to sit there and support you when you're actively engaging in, you know, a violation of the armistice that your government signed. And especially too, you know, that whole scene where he killed that one Frenchman in the trench, and it was this really slow, agonizing death.
That was the hardest thing to watch in this whole thing, yeah.
You were human enough to realize, okay, this guy's a human being, I need to protect him. And then at the end, you're just going out there and killing him because somebody told you to.
So I hear what you're saying there. Number one, if he didn't go out there and follow that order, you saw what was going to happen. They were going to shoot him. They would have grabbed him and done it. But number two, once Cat had breathed his last breath there, I think he was just broken and didn't care anymore.
I think that's a large part of it too.
I think that was a big thing for him, was like, I have no one now. I've watched so much of this happen that what's the point anymore? And I wonder how many of the other guys were just like that too. I mean, on both sides for that matter. They've watched it so many times that even if no matter what was going to happen, what's the point? What am I going to be when I go back? Like, how am I ever going to get over this? Because I've seen and done so much, you know?
Oh, yeah. And there are videos out there, too, showing people who come back from the war, and you can see the PTSD in their faces. They have no idea what to do with themselves.
Sure.
You know, they can't even stand to look at their own uniforms. It's so disgusting to them.
No, and they feel like none of their clothes fit or anything. It's like they just don't feel like they're dead on the inside.
Yeah,
is what it is. And he was and that was him right there.
And that was him. You know, unfortunately, he
was already dead. He just didn't know it.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
And that's what the war does to him. He was not going to have a great life either way. You just kind of hope that you can maintain enough humanity not to make things worse.
I just don't know what choice he had.
If you really thought about it, I think he could have found a way out, especially there in the field, because it's so foggy. It's so chaotic. If you really wanted to run, I don't think anybody could have stopped you.
But what about everybody else? Because at that point, he's just part of the advancing army. Everybody was moving.
Well, sure, but like I said, you can't pretend, I tripped over a log or something. Like, they had plenty of time walking up to that trench where he could have pulled something off if he really wanted to. I mean, young kid, he's inexperienced, he probably didn't put that much thought into it, but I'm just saying he had options. At least in my mind, he did.
Maybe.
Story-wise, yeah, it wouldn't have been as interesting an ending, but, he had options.
That's warfare. We don't, it's like, there's nothing there for you to like, because it's not a glamorous thing.
That was the end for 17 million people. That's what they said there at the end. Like, a bunch of people went in there and they just died. That happens.
Yeah.
There is no main character plot armor.
Really, the thing I don't like is that they were given orders at the last minute to attack.
Yeah, that was just stupid.
That's the thing I hate the most, because it's like, if you don't give that order, they all just go home.
Yeah,
everybody just goes home, or they just go wherever they're going.
There's probably at least another 1,000 people who could have gone home to their families and won't.
Go and plant crops, feed people.
Yeah, and this guy was determined to, gain a victory that ultimately meant nothing to the war. It wasn't going to change the terms of the armistice. It wasn't going to propel his career in the military. It did nothing except get people killed.
Exactly. And I would want to ask him, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What did you get out of this? Like, what do they get out of this? And don't BS me with this honor answer. Like, what was your reason? You had nothing, there was nothing for you to do here. Just let these guys go.
That's the thing. He was a career military guy. His family was military. All he knows is the honor of victory.
I know all of his fathers and grandfathers before him had all won wars, but it's like you've already lost.
And the thing is, too, he's talking about his father, marching into Paris in 1871. The events of 1871 are why you're in this war with the French in the first place, because the French were not happy with that outcome.
Exactly. And wasn't that something they were talking about on the train, too? When the guy was sitting there kind of mocking what they were talking about in fairness, and he's like, dude, don't do that, otherwise, we'll hate the peace, kind of thing.
And he was right, because that's exactly what ends up happening is, a bunch of Germans, especially people like Hitler who were in World War I, they come back from the war thinking, well, we were betrayed by our government. They gave everything away to our country, pushed us into poverty. They suffered extreme inflation based on the terms of the armistice.
Seriously, and that's what led to extreme nationalism.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you just ended up with another war. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing about this is, you want to save as many people as you can now, but at the same time, you're just setting the stage for something even worse.
And the lesson there is learn from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Learn from other people's mistakes, or you're doomed to keep making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
And sure enough.
And the French should know that because they got invaded the same way twice.
Yeah.
The film was trying to portray the French guys as the bad guys. And I see what they're trying to do by showing that they're like really unfair and putting all these terrible conditions on Germany. You have to understand, you took land from France in the 1870s. You attacked France in World War I. They didn't attack you first. You attacked them. Granted, yeah, they probably were going to attack you based on all the allies or all the alliances that existed at the time. But still, you didn't do anything to help yourselves in that negotiation.
No.
Plus, you're sitting there and using gas on them. You're using tanks against them. You're using artillery against them.
Are you talking about the Germans or the French using it?
No, the Germans were using it first.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And that's the thing, is they were trying to win the war. Germany at the time was the more developed nation, so they really had all the best equipment to use.
Touch on that, because you remember in 1917, you had mentioned that as well when we saw their trenches there.
Yeah.
And there were some people that didn't exactly like you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, folks, if you know somebody else that was more advanced, name them, please. But yeah.
That was Germany's whole thing. That was one of the reasons why some of the other countries like England didn't like them, is because they had really surpassed them scientifically.
Just in terms of like tanks and whatnot, or?
Well, chemistry, other things that mattered to developing weapons, I suppose. At the time, they did have the best equipment at the start of the war, and then gradually the Allies caught up as the war went on. Especially with so many countries working together and sharing information, they were able to figure something out. But at the start of this war, Germany was definitely the leader in terms of, I guess, technology.
So this movie was taking place at the end of the war, or
Mm-hmm.
in that last year or so.
Mm-hmm.
What we saw on the German side was nothing like what you're describing, okay? And you saw that because it's like, you saw no artillery from them, you saw no tanks on their side, you didn't really see any Luftwaffe or air support coming from them. All you saw was their rifles and machine gun placements. They were poorly equipped, they were reusing everything they could get their hands on, and they had no food at this point. So,
and like I said, that's the attritional part of it. Is, yeah, they had the tech to begin with, but as the war went on and as they lost equipment, it was getting harder and harder to replace it. Because even in 1917, where the movie starts, by that point you already had issues with desertion. You already had issues with soldiers not having enough food on the front lines. We didn't necessarily see that at that point in the film, because that wasn't what really mattered to the story. But this was a problem that was getting progressively worse as the war went on.
right.
And so, yeah, you're right. We don't see any artillery there at the end because they probably didn't have that much to use.
That's a good point.
Add to that they're getting pushed back at this point in the war too. They probably don't have the stationary defenses that they had at the start of it. So, things are getting shuffled around. You're not going to have the coordinated attack that you would have.
Right. And to pour salt in the wound for Germany, what did they say? 250,000 Americans were landing every day?
Yeah.
In France? It's like
every month, I think it was.
Every month?
Yeah.
You can't stand up to that.
By sheer manpower, you're going to get overrun anyways.
Yes, either you sign this thing or there's going to be no Germany.
Yeah.
You'll just be divided up.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is. So this world could have looked very differently if they didn't have the guts to sign to sign an armistice.
Yeah, it could. I'm not
Think
sure
about that, fam.
I'm not sure what the outcome of that would have been. But, you're right. I mean, it could be the case where, there just is no more Germany.
Yeah.
We already had the issue of, Prussia breaking off from Germany some years before. Could have the case, too, where Germany, reunifies itself, and it's like this big process, and maybe they're a more peaceful nation, maybe they're not. You don't know what's going to happen. Especially at this point in time, too, because it was only a few years before that Poland got split up between Prussia and Russia, and I think somebody else was helping with that, too. I forget. That kind of thing does happen. Or it did.
Like borderlines have exchanged hands a lot in Europe.
Yes. The maps have been rewritten numerous times.
Yeah. And I feel kind of bad for them for that, because it's like you've gone through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's due to a few people making poor decisions. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's war. So
that's war, and we saw just how bad it is. Nobody dies gloriously out there. Sucks for a cat too. Needless death, stealing some eggs and gets shot by a farmer's kid.
Yeah, I know, you're just hungry. I don't blame the farmers at all. It's like you keep stealing from it. It's like we're trying to survive too.
Yeah, I mean, they were well within their rights to do what they did. But at the same time, you're rooting for, Cat to go home to his wife. Everything's looking up, and then suddenly it's not.
Yeah, just wait.
Yeah.
But then again, even if you just waited, the guy was going to send you into the fray. I suppose you didn't have to show up.
I mean, realistically, if you're not there when they give the order, who's going to stop you?
Just go hang out in the woods for a few hours.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody stopped y'all from leaving the camp.
That was an option, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think about that.
Just come back and find the place empty because everybody left without you. Like, oh, I guess we get to live.
Yeah. Well, fam, you know what happens after.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't take long, but they came roaring back, and we went back.
Yep.
And we will watch more of those in time.
Oh yeah, there's no shortage of those to watch.
No. But fam, I think we've covered enough. I'd like to leave the rest of you guys. Get in there and have a discussion with us. If you agree with what was stated here or don't agree, let us know your thoughts, guys. Either way, history is what it is, guys. We're all here talking about it because of what was portrayed and what actually happened. So we'll just kind of go with it from there, guys. But as always, if you're brand new, I hope you'll consider subscribing and help our channel grow. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and hit the bell to get notifications every time we drop a video. And should you feel compelled to give us a piece of your mind, do so in the comments. While you're at it, take a look at us on our socials. We're on Instagram and TikTok. See what's up over there, guys. But this is Cocktail Flicks. I'm Joe.
I'm Dan.
And we'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers to you, fam. Cheers to you, Dan.
Cheers to you, Joe.
Later, guys.